The Black Political Caucus and community members here in Mecklenburg County are planning to file a temporary restraining order today over a major Charlotte area construction project. It's aimed against the North Carolina Department of Transportation for their planned I-77 expansion.
This has been more of a dictatorship rather than inclusion of our voices. Yes, we've had the opportunity to respond to surveys. Yes, after pushing tremendously hard, we got visibility into the different options that they were reviewing, but none of that included us having a voice of how we believe this should happen.
The filing will seek an immediate pause to allow unresolved legal and community concerns to be addressed. We learned shortly after this was filed, NCDOT pushed back their timeline to expand I-77.
We want to bring back in our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rose. Khalif, I feel like all three of us are law school students because now we've learned irreparable harm, irreparable harm, irreparable harm. So how do they prove that here?
It's going to be hard. I mean, you hit one of the factors for a requirement to get an injunction. Likelihood of success on the merits is also key. Irreparable harm, balancing of the equities in the public policy. Irreparable harm, I've said it before, it's money can't fix it. You can't throw money at this and say, hey, I've harmed you, I've offended you, and then I'll pay you some dollar amount to fix that. I mean, the biggest example I think is negligence or, a tort claim. If you run over my foot, I can pay your doctor's bills, pay your future earnings, and then it's fixed. Irreparable harm is I can't throw money at it. So their argument will be historical damages. Charlotte has a history of building highways and that have went through neighborhoods and tore it apart. So they'll point to that. I don't think that's going to be the strongest argument, but I think that's going to be part of the BPC's argument. Additionally, they're going to be the failure to have considered a meaningful alternative. If there was some other way that you could do this and you didn't even consider it, then that would be what the BPC's probably strongest argument would be in terms of the likelihood of success. The irreparable harm, I'll point to the letter that Salvador state senator sent to Governor Stein along with Senator Tedros. They in that letter, she talked about how her church was tore up. And in that church, there was a burial ground, an historic burial ground for slaves at the time that was in that neighborhood. That is something that you can point to that's irreparable harm. Now, the counter would be that the DOT would say, well, we can just move that somewhere else. Well, the historical impact of doing that, even Andy, your face is what they're attempting to pull on the heartstrings of, hey, money can't fix these tombs that have been there for 100+ years. That is what I think irreparable harm will be able to point to. I'm just not sure if the court will be able to buy the argument.
So when you look at the word temporary in the restraining order, what's that window look like? What's happening during that window? And then once the window closes, do you go back and file another one? I mean, eventually this project is either going to continue or dissolve.
Great question. And so, yeah, the window, you said it in the beginning, they're asking that the court pause the project. And so the temporary injunction is going to be fast. It's going to be, I file it today. We're going to have a hearing today, tomorrow. I mean, this is because I don't want this harm to continue. Then you'll have something called a permanent or preliminary injunction. And then after that, that's something that can be longer. But this first hearing is going to be short, it's going to be quick, and either the judge is going to allow the window to be closed or they're going to allow it to stay open until you have that full-fledged hearing. If they grant a permanent injunction, then this is stopped forever. But that temporary one is small. It's just enough to allow them time to say, you continue to move, harm can be done, or you stop because we don't want harm to happen at all.
I know you said it's hard to predict time there, but if you have that permanent injunction, does that overrule eminent domain, which has been an argument for a lot of state agencies for projects like this?
Well, it wouldn't overrule it. They just wouldn't even be able to get the ball rolling. If the court gets a permanent injunction and says this project cannot go forward, eminent domain wouldn't even take place because the court has now stopped the project. Eminent domain would just be one avenue that they would be able to use, I guess, pun intended, for them to be able to attempt to build this, them as in the Department of Transportation. If we're attempting to get this built and there is property that the state needs to take, then eminent domain will be one of the vehicles, one of the vessels where they could be able to get it. But I think if I'm looking at the Department of Transportation's argument to be able to show the other side, they'll be able to point to, well, we have the explicit power to plan, to build, to do these types of highways. And this isn't something that came up overnight. We've been working on this for 10+ years. This project isn't expected to be completed for the next 8 to 10 years. And so because of that, There is no rush to stop this or start this. I think the pause was because their argument was multifaceted, because they intended on filing a lawsuit, and you have the pushback from the governor's office, or at least the request to have the governor pause. I think those two things help slow this down. Do I think it will be stopped? I think time will tell.
Okay.
All right, Chief Political Analyst Khalif Rose weighing on that for us. Khalif, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.